Are you looking to increase your likes, comments, shares, and saves on Instagram? Do you have your 2021 strategy ready to go? If not, you're definitely going to want to watch this video because we're going to break down exactly how you can increase your engagement on Instagram in 2021 and beyond, really. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new to our channel, we are High Season, a social media agency that helps business owners, entrepreneurs, and marketers step their social media game up and break the algorithm. Today, we are going to be talking about how you can increase your engagement on Instagram using all the insights that we have and that we've used with our clients and applying that to 2021. So in this video, we're really going to be thinking about the platform Instagram and what it wants and what its purpose is, and how you can leverage that in order to increase your engagement. So this is going to be based on our own insights, but also data and understanding of how the platform works, because that's how you inform the best strategy. Throughout this video, you're going to find that we're talking about overall best practices, but we're also going to be sharing very tactical tips that you can start implementing and working into your Instagram strategy so you can increase your engagement in 2021. Let's get started.
The first way you can increase your engagement on Instagram for 2021 is to proactively engage with your followers. So in this video right here, we touched on how the algorithm prioritizes relationships with your followers. And one thing we haven't talked about before is you can actually increase your engagement by proactively engaging with your current followers. So we typically talk about trying to get new followers and comment on someone new, things like that. This is a little bit different because the idea is that the more engaged you are with your existing followers, the more it's going to feed your post to them in their feed, and that's just going to snowball from there. So what we would suggest is you just pop into your followers tab, and probably each day you could do maybe 10 to 15 different accounts. Go in there, like a bunch of their posts, comment, see if there's anything that you can actually leave a real authentic comment about. Don't force it. If you don't have anything to say, don't bother doing that. But actually start to try and get conversations going with these people. And that can spark all sorts of different things. Maybe more of their followers will follow back. Maybe they'll start sharing on stories and broadening your message. And either way, it's going to help the algorithm know that, hey, this person cares about your account, and they're going to keep feeding posts that you're doing to them directly. So that can multiply over time. If you do 10, 15 different accounts per day, think about where that can go in a week. There's a lot of potential in this one, and it's something that I think a lot of people don't really think about. Nurturing your current audience, there's a lot of value in that.
The next way that you can increase your engagement on Instagram in 2021 is by doubling down on your highest performing content. Now, this strategy is so key, and it's how we're able to create some form of predictability when we're making goals for clients, because we understand how well content performs and what content performs the best, and we're able to kind of determine what we can expect when we share a piece of content. So this strategy is so key, and it involves looking into your insights. Now, your insights gives you all the data you need to know, whether you're using Instagram analytics or you're using a third-party tool. That is the data that lets you know what's working well and what doesn't. So in this idea, you're looking for patterns here. So using the Instagram Insights, for example, you're going to want to go into the Instagram Insights, go into content, and then go into post interactions and look at the top performing posts. Now you can use a sample set of 20 is a good set, but even up to 50 if you like. And then you're looking for the common thread between them in terms of what is performing the best and what's the commonality between them. So is it that whenever I'm in a photo, I'm getting the most interactions, I'm getting the most likes, saves, and shares? Is it when I post a graphic that has tips lined out that I'm getting the most amount of shares? Is it product photography versus landscape photography if I'm a photographer, which also informs things for your business as well. But that's what you want to be looking for, and then you're going to consider that your breadwinner when it comes to engagement, because you get some predictability there. Whenever I share this, people perform in X way. We've seen that before. For example, one of our clients, UGC, which is user generated content, so just someone else taking a picture in their hotel spaces, just always performed better, for example. So we doubled down on that, and sure enough, we saw a lot of engagement coming in. So we made our strategy really focused in UGC, whether it be people in the hotel or people in areas surrounding the hotel. That just always seemed to click. So that's what you're going to be looking for, is that pattern, and then you're always going to create content that fits in that pattern. And when you think about this, you should also have your content categories already sorted out. We'll leave a video, I think, here that goes into that a bit more, so you can make sure your content categories are solidified. And then when you're batching content, everything should be considered in that. So definitely look at doubling down on your highest performing content, because it's going to give you the results that you want, and it's going to create some form of predictability, which is what we always want in any circumstance, really. You want predictability in your business and the profits you're going to make. You want that on Instagram as well. In the end, we're doing what the algorithm loves. So if we keep sharing content that our audience loves, and then they're engaging with us more, that's going to increase your ranking on Instagram, which further increases your engagement on your future posts.
So the next way to increase your engagement on Instagram in 2021 is to create shareable and savable content. So those two actions are considered more meaningful and a little deeper than just a like and perhaps even a comment, because you're actually going out of your way to share that piece of content with somebody else. It's not just like a kind of a passive double tap, keep scrolling. It's like, hey friend, you need to see this. And saving means I need to see this again later. So you've saved it in your own little collection there. So that's really what you want to do. So coming back to the last point that Tiffany just made about checking your insights to see which posts are being engaged with the most so you can recreate that, you can do the same with saves and shares. So you can actually order your posts by the ones that are the most shared and the most saved, and you can get an idea on what kinds of posts that people really want to see and therefore share and save. So we've found that the 3 different types of content that converts the most needs to be either educational, entertaining, or inspiring. Those 3 things typically compel people to save or share a post. The best way to look at it, if I shared this piece of content, would I save it? Would I share it? If you would engage with that piece of content, there's a large chance that your audience will too. Some types of content that would come under educational, inspiring, or entertaining are carousels with tips, memes, quotes, or educational graphics or infographics, they're also known as. And lastly, in the caption, add a little call to action that actually asks people to do what you want them to do. Save this for later, or share this with someone who needs to read it. Things like that really inspire people to actually go ahead with those actions. And that's going to help with your engagement and your whole standing in the algorithm.
Another way that you can increase your engagement on Instagram in 2021 is by sharing content that makes people stay on your posts longer. When you share engaging content that keeps people on longer, it becomes almost a circle where Instagram is like, okay, this content's great. We need to share it with more people because these people will perform the same action, which is engage and stay longer. And it's a bit of a cycle of this, which is just all of us spending all day on Instagram, which is right? That's the purpose. That's the purpose of it all. Like Craig mentioned earlier, carousels are a great way to get people to save and share, but they're also a great way to get people to stay on a post longer because you have to swipe through. So these are interactions that you're making and you're staying on the post longer because you have to swipe from beginning to end if it's a really great carousel to get to the end and find out the full story, get the full picture of what the post is about. Captions are also super key in this because if you write longer captions, people obviously have to stay on the post longer in order to read it. We've done a video that's a really big deep dive into how to write great Instagram captions, and in that we talk about how to really engage people through captions. We'll leave it up there for you to check out, and it'll also be in the description below.
The next way to increase your Instagram engagement in 2021 is to share videos using Instagram Reels. I feel like we've talked about this pretty much in every video recently because it is that important for Instagram. We just actually finished a live on YouTube today and we were talking about the new layout of Instagram where they've put Reels front and center, right where the new post button was. Now they want you to go to that Reels feed. That really shows you how important it is for them. So if you've got any video content that's sub 30 seconds, it's a little shorter than 30 seconds.
Or it can be edited to 30.
Or it could be edited. That's a really good point. Instead of just sharing it to your feed as a regular video post, make it a reel. You can still put the same caption, you can still use hashtags, you can save it to your main feed and it automatically goes to your reel feed. Now you're not able to put that on stories directly, but you can add that later. And the best part about that is now not only have you been able to share your great quality video content to the feed, but you're going to capitalize on Instagram's new focus on Reels and how much additional real estate is going towards this and how much the algorithm is prioritizing it. It's kind of like we don't really have a choice at this point. If you're not sure where to start with Reels, we recently dropped a video with a ton of content ideas, and we've also done a full tutorial. So we're going to put probably one of them up here and the rest of them down there. And we've also dropped a few videos with additional tips to help you along with Reels as well.
The next way you can increase your engagement on Instagram in 2021 is by categorizing your posts using Instagram guides. Here is another new feature that we're talking about that Instagram has just released. And again, as we always say, if they release something, jump on it because they will reward you for it. Jump on it immediately. Instagram guides is actually very, very interesting, and I like it. I think it's cool, and it's because it turns your posts into almost a blog. Like, it turns your profile into somewhat of a blog. You get this entirely different section there. And we were saying in our live, like Craig was talking about earlier, that it basically makes your Instagram into a website in a way. What's great about Instagram guides is that you can actually take your previous posts and categorize them. So you can put them in a listicle format, or what you would have with a blog, which is my favorite X or the top XYZ. And that's really great because now you're pulling back previous posts and refreshing them and reintroducing them to new people. So we would definitely recommend looking at your posts and seeing how they can be categorized into different guides so you can draw attention to them again. On our profile, we actually created an Instagram guide around tools and tactics because we talk about that all the time. And we noticed that we were getting likes and comments on previous posts, like super old posts, and that's because we promoted it with the guide.
Yeah.
We'll probably do a video on like ideas or concepts for Instagram guides. I think that could be useful, but for example, like educational videos would be something there. If you were like a travel blogger, then of course you'd want to put like maybe some of your travel posts or like top 10 things to do in this city, and that would draw attention to your previous content. So definitely leverage Instagram guides, and you can share it in stories, and if you want to share it in feed, you create a full new post for it. But it's also going to add a little tab to your profile there so people can see, hey, this person has guides for me to check out. Great way to increase engagement on your future posts, but also your past posts as well.
The next way to increase your engagement on Instagram in 2021 is to use the Instagram story stickers. So as we know, whilst there's a lot of talk about Reels, stories are very, very important on Instagram. Specifically, they got that big real estate on the top of the feed, and they're still very much prioritizing that. So one way to get engagement on your stories is to use the stickers that they've given us. Once again, another tool Instagram has put on a silver platter for us to make everything work. So a few examples of the different stickers that you have available to you if you're not sure what we're talking about. There's the Q&A one where you can just prompt your audience to ask you questions. Say, hey, ask me anything, and you'll get the responses and you can share them. There's the questionnaire sticker that we actually recently did on high season. It was super fun. Just ask a bunch of multi-choice questions.
Everyone's loving the mini quizzes. Yeah,
it was super fun.
Yeah.
There's polls where you can just choose between two answers. There's the slider one, which is probably the least engaging one, but I guess it still gets people to press and hold. The countdown sticker. Countdowns are very interesting one. I find that whenever we use it, I always get a whole bunch of randoms coming in and turning on the notification, because that's the engagement that you really get there.
And it's like double engagement, because then they're going to engage when they get the notification. And then they're going to get the notification when you do the thing that you're counting down
Exactly,
to.
Which is super great, particularly right now, this time of year, coming up to the holidays. If you've got any sales, promotions, launches, definitely be using the countdown sticker. So all of those stickers together, they're there for you. They basically increase your engagement on stories, which once again tells Instagram's algorithm that, hey, this account is posting engaging content. People want to see it. Let me feed it to more people. And you're going to take up a little bit more real estate. You're going to be at the front of that queue on people's news feeds. And that's what we're talking about.
And we actually have a video on this as well in terms of how to increase your views. And we went in on interactions and reach as well. So we'll leave it there for you. And we'll also put in the description box below, depending on how many cards
we always lose track.
The next way you can increase your engagement on Instagram in 2021 is using our trademarked, no, it's not patented 3-tag approach. Now, anyone who's already been on this channel knows this 3-tag approach in and out, because it is our no-fail way to optimize your post and make it super simple so that it's something that you can think about every single time. We will not dive deep into the 3-tag approach in this video in order to, one, save time, but two, not be repetitive for people who are already familiar and who already watch this channel. But we will leave the video here for you so that you can get into that deep dive, and it'll be in the description box below. The 3-tag approach mainly involves optimizing your post for engagement and reach. So that includes hashtags and a hashtag strategy that'll always be in our description box below.
Yes.
Location tags, brand tags, and our secret alt tag.
I was about to say,
yeah,
the secret fourth.
The bonus, the,
the
fourth
bonus
tag. So we'll leave that in the description box again below for you so you can check that video out. Super key in terms of optimizing your posts.
Yes.
For Instagram, for engagement, and for reach as well.
The next way to increase your engagement on Instagram in 2021 is to share your content when your audience are most online. That is something that I feel like not everyone really considers. They just kind of post when they feel like it, and it's definitely not the optimal way to go. Instagram actually provides you with tools with all of the information on exactly when the majority of your followers are online, and therefore more people will see your post. If you haven't used Instagram much, or you've got a new account and you don't really have a lot of data, there are other ways to do that. Now, once again, just like the last point that Tiff was mentioning, we covered this in another video that we're either going to put up here if we have enough cards, or we're going to pop it down there. But to briefly summarize, you can base it off your target audience's typical behavior. So that really applies to those accounts that are newer and don't have any data. For example, if your typical audience are 9 to 5ers, they're probably going to have time in the morning to check it. They're going to have lunchtime. They're going to have when they get home from work, and maybe a little bit of time after dinner before bed, for example. The second way is to check your Instagram insights. It's got everything right there. It's got it all in like color coded. If it's dark blue, it means that that's when most of the people are online. They tell you exactly the hours and the days of the week where most of your audience is, so you can definitely follow that. And thirdly, if you use a third-party tool, we've talked about that before. We use Sprout Social for our clients because we need a little bit more, but we also use other ones such as Later or Planoly that also provide a bit of information as well. So you can base it off anything there, but at least post with intention and be guided as to when is the best time to post.
All right, guys, that is it for today. That is how you can increase your engagement on Instagram in 2021. We hope that you take these strategies, these tips, and apply it to how you will be approaching 2021. Yes. And if you're watching this video in 2021, keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
And really, most of these things are still going to carry us way beyond that year. So thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. If you like this video and you found the tips useful, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe below, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos from us. You can follow us everywhere on social media at High Season Co, and you can check out our blog post for resources at highseasonco.com. We will see you in the next video. Peace.